Alright, so what is the name of this new DBZ show?
Dragonball Super.
Great. Of course.
Yeah.
Naturally. Good name.
Well
done.
I'm not sure if it's going to keep the same name here. Because, I mean, it has Japanese connotations to it. The way that Super is a Japanese thing and that they use it for multiple things. And it has history with the Dragon Ball franchise.
Okay.
But for us, not really.
Is there any tax on your...
Being that?
Yeah.
It costs magic. That bar is all constantly depleting.
Gotcha. Alright, so what's the idea? It's after Boo, or it's after what?
It's after Resurrection F.
Okay, so wow, that's canon too.
Yep.
Right, neat.
Yeah, both of the movies are canon, and that's where the story goes. They take place after Boo gets killed.
Okay. Alright, neat. So what's kind of the premise at this point? How many years passed?
We don't know. Like, we really don't know much right now. It's a awesome time, and it's crazy that we don't know much because shit. It's crazy that we don't know much because it literally comes out like July 9th or something.
In Japan.
Like, it's really soon.
Right?
Yeah, in Japan.
Oh, okay, so
but
we don't get anything.
not necessarily, dude. Like, anime has come a long way since Dragon Ball was a thing. So, like, nowadays, there are some shows you can watch at the same time they're airing in Japan with subtitles. So, that's a thing.
Alright, well.
And even if we don't get it right then, it could definitely be, within a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's official channels. That's not even, like, fan subs, like, downloading online. That's, like, through, like, Crunchyroll or Crackle or stuff like that. Where you can just stream it online without having a subscription.
Okay, well, I was honestly not aware that was even an option. Because I know I'm waiting months until we get any kind of next Kai announcement.
Right.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
Because, like, I want to just crush through the Blue series. Like, that finishes the show for me.
And you could probably hunt down and watch it if you wanted to watch the Japanese one.
But I don't.
Yeah.
Spare me.
I don't know, man. I was like that a long time ago, too, but since I've watched more of the Japanese episodes and stuff, it's grown on me a lot.
I'm not against it, but it's, like...
You don't like subtitles and such?
Well, it's just... It makes... I know that you enjoy actually leaving subtitles on all the time.
Yeah, even English stuff, I don't care.
But to be honest, like, it's one of those things where the reason we enjoy film and media is because it transports us to that reality.
Right.
And
subtitles
reading takes me out. Just even slightly, but it takes me out. You know, so there's always a preference there. And besides, I will say that the majority of Japanese voice acting is really upsetting to me. Like, it's almost annoying on purpose.
The culture just doesn't transfer for you?
No, it doesn't, and it never will. And I would love to visit sometime. Like, Adrian and I are supposed to go over to Osaka at some point.
I can't.
And I know that I'm going to just look like an idiot, because I'm like, oh, all these people are nice, and this culture is cool. But right now, it's kind of like people when they hate on American culture, because we literally look like idiots from the outside. Yeah. It's just how it is.
We look like idiots from the inside, too.
And so what it is for me is that, like... I watched Attack on Titan, the first episode in Japanese.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I watched it in English, and I still didn't understand it any better because the story was weak. I was like, okay.
I would give it a couple episodes, because I
watched the first two, and here's the point.
I watched, like, the first 2 or 3, and then I dropped it for months. And then I picked it back... Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you screwed that one up. Then
I picked it back up again, and I made it to like 6 or 7, and then I was in, and I watched the rest of it like within a week.
So this goes along with something I feel about modern horror movies. I don't want
to go there yet.
I'm not into the grotesque for grotesque's sake. Like, I've never watched Saw. I've never watched any of those, and Attack on Titan borders that feeling for me. Like, it's fairly grotesque.
I could see that.
In the first 2 episodes, you literally watch people just getting dismembered.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, You know, the animation, I'll say this. It is the most beautiful anime I've ever seen.
Any scene when they're doing the air gear stuff?
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
I'm used to anime in the sense that, like, I've rewatched Pokemon, for example, and I realized that most of the time it's one single animation cell with a voice, with the mouth moving, and they do that on purpose.
Ready for this? Oh, yeah.
They do that on purpose.
Sword. You notice I've been followed by the fairy?
Yes.
You get familiars now. We've got the ghost, the fairy, but now I've got the sword. And the sword.
So the sword is going to follow you?
Yes. And attack stuff for me.
Neat. Hey, we're using PlayStation 3D again. So that's cool. I mean, honestly, like I didn't expect it to be as beautiful it is, because the last time I saw something so well animated and colored and just all of it was Gundam Wing, and that was years and years ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Dude, I like Attack on Titan kind of feels like not quite the same, but it feels kind of like Walking Dead to me, where it's like I don't understand the hype it's getting. It's because it's really popular.
Sure.
But it's not that bad either. That's not why I don't get it. I think it's a really great show. Like, once I got past all the flashback sections and you get to, like, when Eren joins the scout regiment and stuff, that show gets awesome. And it gets deep. Like, there's, like, real, like, moral quandaries that show deals with and stuff. And it's very, like, adult. And that's why I enjoyed it. Like, I like the things that they explore in that show. See this fountain? Just becomes blood. Just because.
No, I get you. It's the adultness of the show that really does get me. Like, I'll be the first to say that, like, I loved Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, it was a kid's show, but it was great.
Same kind of thing, yeah.
But when you can actually say, okay, listen, adults are watching this, so let's get deep here. I was telling someone recently, I was like, I don't go to movies or watch media to turn my brain off. Some people do. Some people have to turn off their logical brain and just enjoy a thrill ride. I go, and if I'm not actively thinking about something, I'm bored. Like, I don't care how pretty it is.
Definitely.
So, at this point, what I'd like to hear is a little bit more information about your amiibo hunting, because they have now taken over your room.
Yeah, probably about, I guess it was no, it wasn't last week, it was 2 weeks ago. On Friday, Wave 4 came out. And Wave 4 was something special, I guess you could call it. I had to... Emily's the real amiibo collector. I like some of the ones that I want. Like, I wanted all the Zelda ones, and that was basically it. I wanted, like, Mega Man and Pac-Man because they were, like, third-party and stuff, but generally I didn't care. She wants, like, all the Pokemon and things, and the problem is that all the Pokemon ones, a lot of them, are store exclusive.
How many Pokemon ones are there so far?
So far, there's Pikachu, Charizard, Greninja, Lucario, and Jigglypuff.
Will there be 758? Or however many there currently are?
I hope not.
Is Nintendo gonna cash in hardcore, or just a little bit?
Did I save when I went in there? I don't remember. Fuck it, we'll find out.
I also see your Silver Mario, so does that mean there's gonna be, like, holographics soon?
Well, they did the Gold and
Gold-plated
Silver Mario, and they're both dumb.
And yet it's sitting on your desk.
Yes, I got the silver one. Well, see, what happened was... Okay, so I'll finish the story or whatever. Emily had to work that day, so she couldn't do anything. She sent her brother to a Target, and I went to Toys R Us at, like, 8 a.m. And the place closes at... or opens at 10. So I had to wait in line for 2 hours outside. I do not have Thunder Mail, which is not good. So yeah, I had to wait outside for like 2 hours to go in here. And what happens is at about 10 o'clock, or about 9:30, they come out, and they come with a bunch of tickets for all the amiibo they have in stock, right? So, when they came to me in line, like, technically I was only there to see if they got a Lucario restock, because Lucario wasn't even a Wave 4 at that time. But they were getting restocks of some of the older ones. So, I had to, like... They came up to me and, like, which ones do you want? I was like, what do you have? And they named a bunch, and I was like, give me all of them. Because I didn't, like, I literally, like, making decisions in that situation was like, whatever. So, I got pretty much everything that was there, which was a Greninja, a Charizard, a Pac-Man, a Wario, and Silver Mario? No, I got Silver Mario later. But anyway, I got all of those ones, right? Keep in mind, she already had a pre-order for Greninja. So we have 2 Greninjas. and she already had a Charizard coming in the mail from GameStop or from Target or something. So we have 2 Charizards. Then we also almost daily, at sometimes, go to Best Buy on the way home from her school.
Daily?
Pretty much, just in hopes that they get a restock. And we got lucky because last week we got a Meta Knight, which
is
basically a unicorn.
I hate to interrupt.
If you know what a unicorn is for amiibo.
Hard to purchase?
Yeah, it's if you see it, you should buy it.
Is everyone having this problem? Is it supply constrained so hard that you can't just order them all online and move on?
Yeah.
It really?
Yeah.
Why can't you? Wait, you say store exclusive as in-store exclusive?
No, you can get them from the store's website, but
so if you can get them from the website, what's the big deal?
They don't sell them. They don't have enough.
I guess I'm just confused. Like, I get it. Like, if there's only 50 in the store and you got to get on right now and get them, okay, that's fine. Go get them. But like, is that the problem, or is it literally that like they're forcing people to make this harder than it needs to be?
Okay, so
from the outside, that's what it looks like. It's like Furbies all over again.
And that's basically what it is. Now, it's so hard to fucking talk about.
You mean while not dying?
That too. I actually died on this boss during my other run, so I'm kind of like...
Oh, so we actually have a boss now. Good. Soul Steel! Oh, he's kind of wrecking his shit.
I love it. Shit.
You can't get behind him? No, guess not.
God damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Anyway, so the point is that, like, when it comes to these amiibos, I guess I literally don't see the point. I see them as... I don't see collectibles in general to be a point, because they're so expensive when they first come out, and then they immediately drop in value as soon as, like, the rush is over. So, like, they're cool, and they're a nice little thing to be like, yeah, I actually collect amiibos. This is neat.
And that's why we don't pay more than retail. See, now that's the thing. You can go online and buy them. You can.
Ah, okay.
But they're from scalpers that are charging for that Meta Knight, $40. $40.
Alright.
Because he's a unicorn.
Well, tell me, how much have you guys spent so far on amiibos in general?
Too much.
Too much? Come on. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes! Fuck you. Yeah, too much.
28 amiibos times how much are they on average?
There's 28 up there?
I don't know, it's just a rough guess.
Don't count the infinities on the end either.
Well, I don't know the difference, so...
the Disney characters aren't amiibos.
I don't know the difference.
It's Mickey Mouse. Stop at the Mickey Mouse. Those are not...
Fine, 25 at $20 a pop. Is that about right? Retail is 20?
No, they're 13.
13, so 25 at 13, so $250. Shit,
and
man.
There's all those.
Oh, I counted those.
There. Okay, counted those. There's 2 Meta Knights on the floor.
God.
That's what I was going to say. We found a Meta Knight, and then we went back a couple days later, and they had like 6 of them, so we bought 2 more.
So what are you going to do with all the extras?
Trade them. To get those we don't have.
Do you see the smile in his voice as he says this? He's like, haha, trade them.
Trade them.
Part
at
of
least
the
I'm not
master
fucking
plan.
selling them.
Well, why aren't you scalping them?
Because I'm not a fucking scalper. Those people are assholes.
You need the money!
I know, but I'm not
Wouldn't it be
an
nice
asshole.
to sell a Meta Knight for $60?
I can't do it.
my gamer integrity won't let me.
I would rather trade my like $40 technical Meta Knight for a $40 Marth that you can't fucking find anywhere.
Yeah. So who do you trade with? How do you find those people that have extras?
She lives on the Amiibo Reddit. That is one place.
What? Oh god, what was the initial bug bite of this whole thing? Was it, oh, these are cool, I want one, I'm getting them all? Or was it like, oh, I love collecting things, and this is my new collectible?
We do collect things. That is one aspect of it, but it didn't really start that way. Like, originally, even when they first announced Amiibos, it was like, you know, that's cute. I'll be able to get, like, the ones that I want, and it's cool that they do stuff in games, because I see that as extra. There are people out there, like, for instance, shout out to the Nerdy Knights. They did an episode, maybe last week, about, like, Amiibos and Disney Infinity and Skylanders and stuff. And God bless them, but none of them knew what the fuck they were talking about, except for Ben. All they did was spend an hour hating on it when One of them, I think it was Sam Chen, he literally didn't know what they were and looked them up right before the show, and then spent an hour hating on it.
I like how you said, shout out to the Nerdy Knights. Now I'm going to hate on you for the next 5 minutes.
Basically. Except for Ben, who is he's the King Arthur of the Nerdy Knights.
King Arthur?
Yeah.
That's an interesting designation.
He's the leader.
Why can't you teleport? It's very upsetting to me.
I can. I go to the yellow boxes and I can teleport.
Well, hurry up.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure out where I gotta go next now.
Silliness.
The thing is that we could go fight the boss, but it would be
But God forbid we didn't get the perfect ending.
It would only be that basic ending, yeah. We wouldn't see Alucard reach the heights of his character.
Too funny. It's so arbitrary.
He's not even to, like, beginning of the game Alucard yet.
That'd be like saying that, like, the next president of the United States has to visit all 50 states before he goes and administers all of them. It's like,
he should.
Okay, that's arbitrary.
We need to go...
Can't you just install, like, a no-clip code and move through the walls and get this done?
Install a no-clip code?
That's right, man.
I watched some speedrunners...
Put it in the USB dongle.
I watched some speedrunners do some shit in this game. I'll tell you.
I bet.
It was insane. I saw someone beat it in 7 minutes.
Show with your ending? Or just
200, technically 200%? Not really, but yeah.
Okay, so we know for a fact that you can't...
It wasn't 200%.
Look at your movement speed. You can't go to every room at 200%.
They didn't go through every room.
That must have been something wacky.
They used some clipping and like trickery to get to the inverted castle's like final boss.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
So like it was pretty insane.
Yeah.
It doesn't count as 200% because that is literally room exploration. But they got to the end of the real game in 7 minutes. It was insane.
Again, I guess as a kid, like, there may be some draw here to be like, explore this giant castle, fight all these enemies, like,
oh yeah,
and that may be what's going on here, but the sense of wonder for me doesn't exist, because maybe it's the playstyle that you're displaying, but it's like, go to this room, kill these bad guys, go to this room, kill these bad guys, and that's every video game. I know, believe me, I know, but I have no sense of where I am at in this castle without the map, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. The castle is almost too large.
I think you would get a better idea of it if you were playing at a normal speed and stuff, because you really do sort of you really get to experience each area and how different they are as far as their look and the type of enemies that are there.
Right.
I think like I don't think anyone ever does it because it's not necessary in this game, because this game is not actually super hard. But if you wanted to, you could spec your gear and stuff each area you go to work in that area better. You know.
Yep.
You know, you can change your resistances and your immunities to a certain type, and like that boss that we just fought, some reason totally different this time I fought him. But the last time I fought him, all he did was electric, like lightning moves.
Yeah.
So if you put on like the lightning mail, he heals you most of his attacks.
Huh.
So it totally changes the fight. And that's why I died the first time I fought him, and the second time I was like, I'm gonna put this gear on, and then he was a joke.
Okay, well, I mean, so the other thing that I'm seeing on your desk that I really would like to get some answers on, because as an outsider I have no idea, what is this fanfare over Splatoon or whatever this thing is?
Right. Well, those are amiibo, so they just fit. Like that day I went, I got an amiibo 3-pack because that's one of the things they had available, and because the squid is you can only get them in a 3-pack, so it's a rare thing. If we wanted to trade them, we probably could for something decent. But Splatoon is the new Wii U game that's out. It's kind of the new Nintendo baby, like new franchise.
I've just seen universal acclaim for this thing, and I have no idea.
It looks really good.
I'm
excited to play it. It's at its core, like how I would describe it without having played it. But I've seen some gameplay video. I've watched people play it. I would say it's Call of Duty for kids. Like it's kid friendly.
So it's a first person?
It can be first person or third person, I believe.
Interesting.
But it's team based, like arena combat, and the idea is there's 2 teams of different ink colors basically, and you battle, and like the different inks are cool. So it's like you can if you're running through someone else's ink, you like get slowed down and stuff. And if you're in your ink, you can like turn into a squid and swim through it, so you can go faster.
Interesting.
And it's about covering territory to be able to get across the map quicker and things. Like it's actually a really cool looking game.
So how did this come out of nowhere? Because this was before E3. I've never heard of it before at all, and all of a sudden I just saw some people playing it.
They announced it at E3 last year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I guess I missed that.
Yeah, it was during it was the Nintendo conference. They didn't have much to talk about.
I thought last year, this year I know they're not doing a conference, which is...
They didn't do one last year. I say conference, but it's real. They've been doing the Treehouse each year for like the last 2 or 3 years.
So what is the Treehouse?
It's just like, you know how they do the Nintendo Directs, like every couple of weeks or whatever.
I hear people talk about Nintendo Directs. What is it?
They're just a live stream. Not even a live stream. They're pre-recorded, but then they stream them, online, so everyone can watch them at a certain
just
time.
Like a couple people around the camera talking.
Pretty much. Like they have pre-recorded video of all the things that they're talking about, and it's Reggie or someone standing in front of a camera and just talking about it. It's like a produced version of an E3 conference, but it's shorter, and they do it all the time. So then the one for E3 is usually kind of just a bigger scale one. They gave up doing like full conferences like Sony and Microsoft did a couple of years ago.
So Sony and Microsoft aren't doing full conferences either?
No, they are.
Oh.
I'm saying that Nintendo stopped doing that, unlike Sony and Microsoft.
So did everybody freak out when that happened?
Not that I know of. I mean, the thing is that Nintendo doesn't have a lot to fucking talk about. Like, as far as we know, they're not talking about Zelda this year. They said they're not really going to talk about it. They already delayed it. I think if they do say anything about it, like by surprise, it's going to just be that, it's coming out 2016, which will probably be the end of 2016, be like fall or winter. It's just, I don't know, man. Nintendo doesn't really need a conference. I don't know what Xbox is going to do this year either. Like, I mean, we shouldn't talk about E3 because we're going to talk about it when our guests show up, and that one's going live tomorrow, so people will actually be able to watch it before E3. But yeah, I'm going to live tweet E3 and everything this year, kind of like I tried to last year, and it'll be fun. But I don't see it being a super memorable year. I just don't think there's enough going on. A lot of the biggest things that people are interested in right now they've already said they're not coming, and they're not talking about it at all. And then on top of that, like, a lot of stuff that I figured would be big, they're announcing them early. Like, everyone knew Fallout 4 was coming. It was not a secret. Like, it was a rumor, I guess, a very, very likely rumor. And we were like, well, Bethesda's going to have a conference this year, which is kind of weird. They must have something big, probably Fallout 4. And then 2 weeks before the conference, they throw up that countdown, and they announced it, and it's like, oh, well, okay.
So why would they do that?
I don't know. I have no idea why they would. I would have to hope that they have something else that they're going to talk about. I'm sure they're going to show gameplay. They're going to talk more. They're going to talk a lot more about Fallout 4. They're going to show the game, but that can't be it. Like, why would they have a conference for that?
Fair.
So, I mean, is there going to be an expansion to Elder Scrolls Online? Is it going to be? They're going to announce, another Skyrim expansion or another...
Well,
I don't know. What could they talk about?
Yeah, well...
A new IP, maybe?
I guess we'll have to pause this one for later then.
Yeah.